Hello, my name is Kingsley, Komenda, Elikem, Mortey. Today is Sunday, and you know the deal. We are here. It's an exciting time to be an NDC member. It's an amazing time to be a Ghanaian, and it is very difficult that we continue to see some of the crazy things that happens every day in our country, and it's amazing. Today we'll be dealing with many things. The AGYAPADEƐ. It's interesting. There is several dimensions to this, and we'll be dealing with it in no uncertain term. In the meantime, we'll go for some music and we'll come back.
The nation builder, Mahama, run up your work money. Mahama, Organama too, Mahani, Sukuwadai, hospital, Aqua Papa, Sagana Beya, Yebediye, Yahumatoya, Oh, 1 million jobs, Mama, Obey, Organama too, Miss Yalpoluko, Ayeza NDC miawezo Alada nizongo Kamami Ingelezo Kana bebia
Ayikoya putu Sotupu Mahani Mahina Anu Hira
Translate
Atemuri Inna Anu Nigira
Abana mama hama Miss Now the photo Miss Now Mama Organama too Mahani Sukuwadai hospitals Aqua Papa Sagana Beya Yebediye Yahumatoya Organama too Sikababa, Mahama, Sahoto Baba. Organama too, Mahani, Sukuwadai, hospitals, Aqua Papa, Sagana Beya, Yebediye, Yahumatoya, Oh, 1 million jobs, Mama, Obey, Organama too, Miss Yalpoluko, Translate Ayeza NDC miawezo Alada nizongo Kamami Ingelezo Kana bebia
Ayikoya putu Sotupu Mahani Mahina Mahama Ratu. Hejo. Urta.
Order number 2.
Mojos.
Number 2.
Big push. Mahama. Mahama. Ayukoya putu. Sotupu. Mahani. Mahani. Mahina. Mahina. Anu hira. Ayukoya hira.
7th December, Swabana Mama Hama, Miss Now, the photo, Miss Now, Mama, order number 2, Mahani, Suku Adai, Hospital, Aqua Papa, Sagana Beya, Yebediye, Yahubasoye, Ma. Order number 2, Sika Baba, Mahama, Sahoto Baba.
Hejo.
Translate.
Of the plunderous scheme.
Speaking of a plunderous scheme, I would like to read the next 2 paragraphs very quickly. It says, when we have finally captured the command and control sectors of the country for our private use, we would then be in a better position to wield the necessary political and economic muscle to manage the destiny of this country under the reign of the House of Ofori-Penning.
And it continues.
I will repeat that and continue in the next paragraph. Don't worry.
Go on then.
When we have finally captured the command and control sectors of the country for our private use, we would then be in a better position to wield the necessary political and economic muscle to manage the destiny of this country under the reign of the House of Ofori-Penning.
Such nonsense.
To be specific,
Such
we
nonsense.
need to strengthen our efforts to control the mineral resources as well as the electricity and water institutions. The success of this project depends on the way in which we, for the time being, control the judiciary and the press.
Well, you've stated it clearly. You know, I know that the journalists do not want to be participants in the argument. A lot of them want to be sitting on the fence and acting as though they were referees. But our journalism needs to be ethical, and I'm happy that you have chosen to be an ethical journalist, especially over the last 2 years. We must be able to see what is right and say, I love you, but this is right, and I will support you. And what is wrong and say, I love you, and this is wrong, so I will not support you. 2 days ago, a leading member of the NPP spoke to me. He says, Kwesi, why are you asking me questions about this 34.9 million deal that has been given to the president's daughter? And I said, I'm asking you.
But hold it there.
Yep.
Hold it there.
Yep. Go on then.
The bit about given to the president's daughter.
Yep.
We do know that she has some linkages to someone who has got the contract.
See,
Just for clarity.
I stopped beating about the bush.
Just for clarity.
Me asantini don't know me money chain. Me bodo no na pampum. Me modo no in chain. Me bodo no na pampum. If I register a business and I appoint Benjamin because of your knowledge and your chutzpah to run the business, the profits of the business accrue to me. If my partner registers a business, same way the profits of the business accrue to us. So when I asked that, and then he asked that question, I said, I'm not asking because it's the president's daughter. I want them to prosper. They deserve to prosper. Made up of other diverse peoples, we have to assert our old selves and ensure that we no longer continue to live in the shadows of other kings and people whose forebears we defeated in wars. In spite of our tremendous contribution to this Ghana entity, Ochimai has not been credited with the appropriate awe and grandeur that we rightly deserve in recent times. Such stupidity. And the contents of this document is a plan, a strategy for the plunder of Ghana. Name all the presidents of Ghana whose family was so stupid, acted like imbeciles, that they could sit and plan that, let us rob the nation. Now, when we go straight into this document later, I will show you what is happening in Ghana. And the fact that they can even name men of God. Otabil is named in there. That if he doesn't follow their plan, they will expose him and the women that he has been with, and they will deprive him of his following in church. It's all in the document. What stupidity. And we are sitting there as a nation. We have prosecutors, magistrates, judges, a police system, and you're seeing that the contents of this thing is happening. And you're sitting there, twiddling your thumbs, scratching your balls, tickling your armpits and laughing.
It's morning television. Let's season what we're saying.
The plunder of state is real.
Yeah.
And we cannot pretend we do not see it.
And we are
the plunder of state is real.
We are by no means saying that whatever name dropping, whatever names have been mentioned and churches and all of that, we are not.
They are in the document.
We are not the author of this document. It's merely from that document.
From the document.
Reading. So it's not something that we personally are saying.
And not a single name in that document has stepped up to say, no, I am not part of this folly, not part of this greed, not part of this stupidity. Not part of this treachery. This is sabotage.
Let me read another portion.
This is sabotage of state.
Let me add this portion. It says, although the Asante group within the current MPP is gearing itself to take over the party after the next tenure in 2024, it would be ideal if we could work to bypass them in 2024. With hard work, we could work to pass the mantle over to a non...
All right. So my name is Kingsley, Komenda, Elikem, Mortey. We are here, and with a very, very, very close race, the 100 meters Olympics have been won by Noah Lyles, and very, very interesting race. I didn't even see how that happened to the very last minute, but yeah, the Olympics is still ongoing. We will see which country come up with the more gold. I watch with sadness Azamati perform poorly. I also watch is with sadness Abdul Samini. Well, at least with him, his race, he was third from bottom. He didn't chop last. Hey, everybody. Benjamin Asamati chop last for him race, but Charlie, we try. Ghana is the only country that the number of officials are more than the number of athletes, and it's pathetic. I'm waiting for some other colleagues to come and join us, but before they do, and once again, to many of our viewers from across the world, if you absolutely want to join the conversation, whether you are MPP, NDC, and you want to join the conversation and contribute, let us know. Once you come on, we may allow you to get on and speak and ask questions if you want to, but then you'll be allowed to speak. Rashid is here. There are so many things we'll be dealing with today. We'll be talking about, I was hoping Chairman Ahlija will join us very quickly, and then we will start with him on the matter of 4th of July. But today is 4th of July, and we all know. And it's very interesting. But let me greet Rashid first.
4th of August.
We'll come back and sorry, 4th of August. Oh, sorry, Jesus Christ. Yeah, Charlie, Rashid, how are you doing?
Oh, Kingsley, I'm doing good by the grace of Almighty Allah. I greet all our cherished listeners across the globe, and we are here for God, country, and party. So yeah, we are here to expose some of the MPP propaganda machinery that's been activated in the north and what's going on in Ghana as well. So thank you.
Fantastic. But let me remind everybody what Chabawun to me said. And in case you didn't hear it, I'm going to just play a very short part of this video.
Yes, sir. Mama yamfa yetu yabano emfama eye John the money aye.
You see, the things that people say in darkness, the things that they say from the deep of their heart, sometimes when they get on TV, they can't help it. This is one to me's main desire. Yes,
sir. Mama yamfa yetu yabano emfama eye John the money aye.
Out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaketh. And Wuntumi is telling you that vote for John Dramani Mahama. Yes, like this is something I said over and over and over again. And so he forgot that he was on TV, but he has said it to a lot of people in private. So this is what will come out. And we're going to start, but before we start, I think Rashid asked me to play some video from last week, so I'm going to play it, and then he'll make a comment on it, and then we'll get this started.
Now, Omanpenny can be said, Omanpenny abediatri. I can say about a year, Obama credit card, said Abruce, Omotonomano. But a Juma who he has credit card, because who near Juma to me a credit card. They make us a muda what dear. Obi a year Juma be an intimidate credit card man. Because who near Juma, Abruce, who near Juma, who the credit card coin. Yes, ban the crab more credit card, who say Sika credit account to. Or Shannon cannot do so for to me more credit cards, so to me the talk dime, and out to me the talker. Ya wadi editor aduane mo na mte America meboa enti ehwe ba bia wo level sika sem wa na ma wo credit card but Ghana o mo nya adwuma e do so so o mo nya adwuma o mo akosuku awie nya adwuma nya do so sen o mo tifi
statistics no wonya we
o do se wa wani twa na siam fan se wo bia o nya adwuma na age 1000 o be Ghana ha kire mo nipa do se na age 1005 bosome o de yenka no kro nipa do se na age 3000 Ghana cities wo ha awo Ghana and atade akwa wato de for your hand cities so we see day no kwa be come 20 days kwa e 2000 Ghana cities now you 1005 o maye mi no abeda no survive e be de ne yenwane mfiri kuro nim etide bia ye de ka o ye free no ma sa ma no mton no otru so no kofa from no ma kohwe nkwa no adwane enti mesere ye simple for so mu hu nipa ye wo mu mobo se de asia se bi onke ye nua mo ma di dem e ko ba bi si adwane o mo ko he nipa no kura sebi o wadi dem e ye kuro bi so anke ye tuo onka ko ba wo anko onka ka hospital se de ne o ba wo ka hospital e kuro bi tua wo ba aka wa wo mienu a ye pedan ma no ma akotenam ba Ghana de ye wo ka hospital o kaka aya na mo sina na em yanse ne de politics na ye mfa ni ye ne ye ti kuro na nkasa mu nimtimamufo no am from anu sina me dem kasa na me ra hompo kasa na me ra ho
asemo
ntu ye adwuma na be pia busua mu a.
All right, so this was in response to Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia saying to the people of Ghana that instead of 24-hour economy, instead of job, instead of this thing, he is going to give you phone. The phone, no, he'll give you iPhone 15 Pro, iPhone 16, iPhone 17. Now, you don't have to worry. You just have to pay 1 Ghana, 2 Ghana a month. Now, 1 Gasa. So, if you have brains, and a human being is telling you that they will give you iPhone 15. That is 150,000 Ghana, 15,000 Ghana cedis, 20,000 Ghana cedis. And the person is telling you. I saw, but you see, the funny thing is that, again, I don't have to say that if the person is thinking, because I followed some of the commentary on Facebook, and it is very interesting that the people of Ghana themselves, one guy took his time. The guy said if he gets iPhone 50 and he's paying 1 Ghana, it will take him 65 years to finish paying. It will take you 65 years to finish paying. And if you want to join us, feel free. Let us know. You may need to use Chrome. I've seen that, Captain Wahab. I've seen you online, but we cannot be able to pick you because I think you are not using Chrome. But if you come on, if you get on through Chrome, we should be able to get you. And for those of us who, and we all know, sir, those who contribute to the show, if you make comment at least on 3 topics, and I'm going to be a little bit strict on that this time. At least deal with 3 topics. We are going to continue the data support. Hopefully, and once we do it, I put the announcement in the same comment. So you have to see the comment and respond appropriately. Then we send the money to you the following day or the same day. All right. So Rashid, on this video that we played, combined with jobs, 24-hour economy, your take.
Kingsley, thank you. You see, this video last week we discussed it, and from my view was that Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia is just proposing this policy to give job for the boys and the financiers of the MPP, because we already have existing credit bureaus in Ghana, and most of the financial institutions are already assessing credit of customers before they provide any form of credit lines to them. So if you want to implement such kind of policy, we were demanding that Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia will be talking about how you provide jobs for the youth of Ghana, where we know that about almost 8 million of Ghanaians from the GSS reports most of them are unemployed and they hardly get 3 square meal a day. So if Bawumia is here talking about providing funds and paying 1 cedi, 2 cedi, we know obviously this man is always joking around and he wants to be a president. Instead for him to be proposing policies such as the 24-hour economy, which is our flagship policy going into this general election. I want to take some time to explain this 24-hour economy. So 24-hour economy na NDC for aka ho asem bebrebe no. Me gidi say ya tete ho asem bebrebe, but MPP for no omo ane hu ne say 24-hour economy na de ba no. Ye de ba be Ghana ye ama Ghana said the asem pempens so in terms of economy and economic indicators ni nyina say akosi no. Omo hu say saa policy way enye obi asabi oda a wo vision obi eni obetime nya saa idea nti o ma start the propaganda ne ne ma bi ene nam saa 24-hour economy nim. But me pese me nya break akra na me church 24-hour economy nim e kire eni anom ye ka 24-hour economy policy na enye policy bi a NDC for anase a former president John Dramani Mahama e bo ni trimu preko pese o pese o de saa 24-hour economy ni ba idea bi a your former presidents any strategic team ne tena ho din na omo hu say na Ghana yi said ye kone said ye your friend is Mahmoud Bawumia and in Addo mo asay Ghana to the extent say Ghana no ye ko bankrupt. Ghana ye economic indicators ni nyina say to the extent say ene se wo hwa ye Ghana ye GDP no etwemu 100%. Ye hwe ye exchange rate and a dollar and an atra 16. Ye hwe unemployment John Dramani Mahama e free so no hwe juma odiama Ghana for no unemployment rate in area around 8%. And then or hwe indicators na won say unemployment no e do 14% echo 15. Not just a mobnu no Ghana no be brina ni adwuma ye. Ye hwe nso a ye balance of payment ni ye balance of trade ni nyina no ye de bia importing yema ene de ba Ghana ama ene Ghana ya listing bankrupt ye junk state ayentimi enkoje bosia bebia e wadwama so enfamba nti omo hwe sa indicators ni nyina na omo tena ho din ana omo de sa policy na e friend 24-hour economy no e baaye se sa 24-hour economy na e policy bia ye de ba ni make sure say de dikan no e ba be providing nyuma ama youth no. The thought to be ye share gross ye GDP na said ye si asay afa no ye the 24-hour economy ni ba production by expanded Ghana for bit my produce niema bebree nti no ebe ma ye gross domestic product no mpo o share IMF report no mo de ba June mu a omo de Ghana to say by the year 2026 no e was say GDP no e be less than 60%. But sa policy a former president John Dramani dey ba 24-hour economy no e policy bi a oba be biem na what provide incentives ama nyuma for example ye hwe agro industry na processing industry na nyuma bebree koso wo Ghana na ye hwe a niema bebree sese nduane bo aye den inflation kosoro dia na ebetimi aye this time around no 24-hour economy no eba ama friend is saying farmers omo ye agriculture ne sa niema no yenya season bi a ebema omunuane asese enti 24-hour economy na eba ama ye bie processing company bebree because the entire company bi beba say ye bie no oba be operate under the 24-hour economy na we mfi say ye the incentive bi ba electricity ne some utilities no eso bete we company a we a tax and so count taxes eso ebeba from ye hwe sa companies na omode eba be join sa policy na inti policy bi a ye hwe abrochire ha no ma ene Ghana ni a wo akwantum wunim say ene no wo akwantum a wo hwe said ye si kwa ye wo shift ye wo shift me and say first shift second shift na third shift first shift no 7 to 3 wapon na bi mo aba 3 to 11 no wapon 11 to 7 sa economy no economy a abrebia no anya hwe kura menua no ma ye wo akwantum beje di say 24-hour economy system na ye wa quantum ye benefit na e mani pa bebre nya nyuma ɛma nkonipa baako tumi yɛ adwuma mmienu mmiɛnsa ɛno bi ana yɛ former president John Dramani Mahama ɛhwɛ sɛdeɛ Ghana asɛe akɔ no ɛkwan bɛn na ɔbɛfa so aba resolve saa yɛ economy na asɛe no nti na ɔde saa 24-hour economy no ba nti saa 24-hour economy ɛba a ɛbɛboa ama saa ekuaefoɔ yɛmfa no sɛ ɛnɛ sɛ me no mekɔbie yɛ company bi na me process cassava saa cassava na me process no me process me supply chain no obi wɔ ha a ɔtwɛn agye cassava no na wɔde bi ayɛ ebi a banku gari ne saa nneɛma no ɔmo no nso no saa chain na mu a yɛ produce cassava no yɛ produce bebree ɔmo twɛn de ayɛ gari no esan sɛ ɔmo nso no ebenya banche no which is the raw materials na they process no ɔmo no nso no ɔmo betima produce bebree na ma wura mfi sɛ 24-hour economy no ɛkɔ so ama na adwo nyina ɔmo bɛyɛ adwuma ɔmo yɛ adwuma anadwo na adeɛ na ebesi ɔmo electricity bɛba fam policy no nso wɔ so bi a megye di sɛ o tax a wobɛtua nso bɛyɛ den ɛbɛba fam nti government ne propose saa policy no na ma ɔmo no nso atumi afa nipa bebree yɛhwɛ mantem a ɛnɛ mmabunu no yɛne dwuma bebree yɛ nti no yɛtena wodin saa 24-hour economy saa chain biara no deɛ o process deɛ wabɛtɔ gari no ɛkɔ akɔnoa aduane no obenya demand no for nneɛma na o produce no etimi deɛ mpre pie no meka sɛ ayɛ etie a yɛnhwɛ ne yɛntie ne yie because 24-hour economy no ɛma yɛ adwuma no saa yɛ GDP na asɛe no ɛbɛma yɛ locally no yɛtumi produce nneɛma bebree no na yɛtumi export nneɛma bebree na ɛma yɛnya favorable balance of trade saa balance of trade no bɛkyerɛ sɛ de biara no sɛdeɛ yɛ process nneɛma no yɛ process a yɛbɛtumi de bi akɔ ama so ɛnyɛ de biara na yɛbɛkɔ akɔkra ɛmo to the extent sɛ ɛnɛ tomatoes nyinaa yɛkra bi from Burkina Faso saa nneɛma wei nyinaa ka ho nti na yɛpɛ sɛ yɛde saa 24-hour economy ne ba nti saa 24-hour economy yi megye di sɛ Ghanafoɔ agye ato mu nti ma yɛntena hɔ ɛma MPP foɔ ɛmfa propaganda ne saa nkɔmmɔ na ɔmo didi no ɛyɛ sɛ 24 hours ebi wɔ dada daabi ɛnɛ wohwɛ passport officer passport ɛnɛ wokɔyɛ passport a ɛtumi di sɛ wotuatua sika yɛde bebree ansa na o passport na ba no kra ba ntem kra 3 months na ade ene yenim se backlogs bebree wɔ hɔnom saa 24-hour economy ni be ma saa services na nwuma man dwuma ababan dwuma aka echi no omu nyina e ba be operate ama saa backlogs ni nyina o ma clear off omu clear off na ma wura mfi se 24-hour economy no ene obi pon adwuma na bi ba nti be biem ama Ghana yetimi afa nwuma bebree ye fa nwuma bebree no e de to government payrolls no na government nso ge taxes bebree ayeden efiri ho ye ge taxes na generate revenue e ma aban because ma wura mfi se ene Ghana yentimi nkɔbɔbosia wo beebi o MPP for aba increase your debt stock no from less than 100 million and then me no ka say 762 billion MPP for over 620 billion abeka ye debt stock no ho omo nko so na ebuso mo se sika no dia na omo dia ya hu dia omo de ye nti na ye de ba na ye fa nipa bebre ama omo aye adwuma no sa nipa bebre na ye fa omo government payrolls no omo betua finance and taxes na dia generate revenue na ye de fund ye ho kakran ekɔ ye nim no me gidi sɛ Ghana ye microeconomic indicators no be ya akono na afei de aya akono ama foreign donors na omo boy ebosia na ene omo pese omo beba ebosia no omo nyina start ya basa omo ye den omo ma iska de aye edwuma de nti saa 24-hour economy yen se ye tena opreko pa na ye boy esirim se ye de ba abehye Ghana ye atoto ne ma kama said ye be ya Ghana be ya akono ama me no mienu na emabulu no nso anya adwuma aye.
All right, so another 4th of August. Another sorry, and then we are very aware, say the MPP government has been a complete anti-Nkrumah, and so they've done everything in the last 7 years to destroy the name of Nkrumah. Literally, of course, we've seen Napo even saying that Simon Kwame Nkrumah no, literally denigrating the name of Nkrumah, and so we saw that Addo made a statement, and here, this is what Addo said.
I speak to you this evening, rejecting completely the notion that Ghana was founded by one man. Whilst Kwame Nkrumah's contributions to our independence are undeniable and unassailable, it is important to acknowledge for our self-respect that the struggle for our nation's freedom was a collective effort spanning several generations. the formation of the Aborigines Rights Protection Society, the British West African National Congress, jointly sponsored by Joseph Kingsley Hayford and Thomas Hatton Mills, the United Gold Coast Convention, the work of countless unsung heroes, and the tenacious spirit of our people all played vital parts in bringing us to freedom and independence. Kwame Nkrumah, with his charismatic visionary leadership, was undoubtedly a major actor in the final lap of our journey to independence. And that is why, despite the several unfortunate things that happened after independence under his watch, Parliament in 2019 decided to memorialize his date of birth as Kwame Nkrumah Memorial Day, the only Ghanaian so far to be so honored in our history.
Rashid, Yanko,
yeah,
so,
before say about Kono, Kingsley, I'm so assembly. On say, they be a Christianity, you say Jesus Christ, and the founder of Christianity, right?
right.
By him say prophet be then a by the antina, you can say Jesus Christ and the founder of Christianity.
Yeah, I mean, but I understand you, but like that particular one, there is the meaning of that is a little bit different than politics because being a Christian, it comes from the word Christ.
Christ, yeah.
So because it comes from the word Christ, but we can extend that to say, but of course, the point that you are making is valid. But the same applies to many countries. George Washington in America, Mukala, whatever,
Kenyatta, Kenya,
Julius Nyerere, Nelson Mandela, South Africa. Does any normal human being think that it was just one individual who led a nation to independence? No normal human being would think that. Right. But you see, what pitied me is the fact that let's watch this again, just the first few seconds, okay?
I speak to you this evening, rejecting completely the notion that Ghana was founded by one man.
The first two sentences of the president, you see the anger in him. You can tell, say, this man is so angry. I speak to you today, rejecting completely the notion that coming, like, like, what is wrong with you? Like, why will a human being harbor so much anger, so much veil, so much pain against one individual that he has to go on air and then say, by the way, and you see, this whole thing is trying to link JB Dankwa at the same level of Kwame Nkrumah. And this is what Kusipra had to say about JB Dankwa.
This whole Dankwa thing, only people who don't know our history can be pushing Dankwa as a national hero. Do you know Dankwa's true position in the UGC? Dankwa was the Eastern Regional Chairman of the UGC. That's all. That's the height he got, Eastern Regional Chairman. Wow. So if you're looking for the equivalent of Dankwa in modern politics today, it is wound to me. No, seriously, I'm serious. The level that Dankwa attained in UGCC has been attained by wound to me in MPP. He was a regional chairman. Is wound to me not a regional chairman?
Wound to me has a bigger population than the.
So you're saying that wound to me is bigger than Dankwa? You know what they're saying? I didn't say that. But JB Dankwa was simply just the Eastern Regional Chairman of the UGC. Master, even put that aside, which election did JB Dankwa ever win?
Anyway, so you go.
Yeah, Kingsley. So these people, sa MPP for wave, Titiru Nanado, you will be our home. Ghana for ya may any under crowd, ya may any under crama, Nanado a bed that dying, Nanado a bed that dying, I'm a Ghana for winning on poor ananka, or moon dinner nado, just oh, papa, what bread, and a papa when you need, man, 2 man, near 2 man a Ghana be any and ne, because ye shana nado, Juma would dinning in aye, what the agenda been a num. What you say, or no, family feud and all by settle or the family grudges bina or ba Ghana so mbambe ruli Ghana no or ba settle with Ghana or you see Ghana as a tool to fight for his family. Ne ofanom ene ne papanom ne nananom mpo ya history kakra no. We know say JB Dankwa any Akufumu ne William Ofori Atamo no omo ene sabotage Kwame Nkrumah. Omo na wo Kwame Nkrumah ase abra Kwame Nkrumah nya afahudie ma Ghana Ghana the Republic independent Ghana ene na Addo nso abenya bisu ye den edi no ya to abama wa den Kingsley ade we nyina won baby start here. It started at the time Nana Addo appointed Napo as an educational minister. Nana Addo appointed Napo as educational minister. No, hey, you see, so history be brave, no, ne, sa books, no. Napo called to the extent so, almost son, you may be brave, baby, a Kwame Nkrumah, when you know, you be at the JB down Kwamo Betali Talimunti, and a man I was school more Ghana. No, Sanya man, ye church or more into Ghana, no, was shut that ever since history. Nana Addo was on Nana Addo base or baba sesa sani mani nyina ama ene meno kase ye nuanom ketwa ye from say Kwame Nkrumah yesu say school Kwame Nkrumah is the founder of Ghana ne aka ne history Nkrumah 1909 ne ade ne akeka bebre ne sani mani nyina ye from de JB Dankwa Akufumu ne William Ofori Atamo na abetale honom enti sa de we nyina ekoso no wohwa sa your friend is saying what's the name Napo the statement he made after he was appointed to be the running mate of Bawumia. Ohwe nkomo na obedi ye na. Nkomo a normal omudi ni demu. Nana Addo ne Bawumia mu hia na omudi nkomo a eno a na omukeka. Bonze Nana Addo na po kape o se na Ghana fo pa me papa mu na beje yi si o mse na Kwame Nkrumah o enhwan mu Kwame Nkrumah no. O we sa nkomo bi a.
Who pa chere say?
A free say Ghana from 1957. Ebekane yenya president bi a wabua Ghana che na Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. Messi a free 1957. Bekane mo fam Kwame Nkrumah no mo fam obia di wa abedi mampanya wabua Ghana ho ban e di Ghana kona nim che na Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo.
Hey. Nti akwa we na pe vice president edi wo Ghana no.
To aswame.
Oh, asama me kan nyina say hwesa nkomo na ye nkomo bi a once bi na oka ye nkomo a omudi ne kukuom nkomo omudi ne omudem eta di na odi begina asimpie so ka kire Ghana fo nyina ene akoso na ahwe de Nana Addo aye nanim abetena efidie and ekoba bia he's been broadcasted across the globe obia hu bi and this man looking at the tonation, even Krasa the Okayan or any body posture, look at the way, at the point in time, Okasa he rejects. Share what you say a bufubi wenimu. Oh, what dear Kingsley Boadini be no more than ye. Share bufu a walk and another more a bufubi wenimu.
I speak to you this evening, rejecting completely the notion that Ghana was founded by one man.
Share, look at the posture, the tonation, even the rhythm of Nekasano.
I reject it completely. Nobody is asking you anything. Nobody is saying anything to you. This is by the way, Kwame Nkrumah is the only human being that almost every African country you will see a road, a runabout, or something named after him. The same applies to Martin Luther King Jr. All the 50 states in America, there is something named after him. Was he the only human being in the Pan-African fight for the black people voting and all of that in the system? No. But everybody, it is only Martin Luther King Day that it is celebrated in the 15th of January or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Only him. American Poe.
Martin Luther King. But you know, him say freedom fighters. Ni be brain buy.
Malcolm X in them.
Oma bayi omo dear, but MLK. Ana impo America there si ho. To the extent say Nana Addo timi be Founders Day free honom. Sa Founders Day na ye di ne Kwame Nkrumah birthday no September no be free honom. August 4th. I say Founders Day. Like you see some of these things, you know.
August 4th no, but I did a man for baby area free say UGCC was founded on August 4th.
1948. Yeah.
August 4th, and I founded UGCC. And the way in Nkrumah.
Just a way in Nkrumah, once Nkrumah crowd, you say UGCC, no. Omono kase self-government within the shortest possible time now. Kwame Nkrumah kase self-government now. If you Kwame Nkrumah the ono work self-government now we move as a self-government within the shortest possible time. No. Ano obtain no ano de koye ni CPP. Ano de nemu ano de G independence my. You believe that Obekai say sa self-government now we nkomo no. JB Dankwa ekodi hu konkon satro ho letter. Eko ka kire mmrofo no amudi yeso no say Kwame Nkrumah de ne baya and no self-government now. Meaning say Kingsley long sa letter na letter JB Dankwa nana domo papa mo wo fa mo kiro ye because Kwame Nkrumah pese odi fa ho bi ma yen. Enti sa fa ho die na Kwame Nkrumah mo gema yen ni nyina na enne ya pese sasa na ma na fi wa ye be Kwame Nkrumah mo edi sa JB Dankwa ofori atane akofu mu abehye no. What role ben nana do kan ye nipa ba akopani ade no. What role did they play in the independence of Ghana? I want to know. Also, all can say no one person can be the founder, but we want to know what role did those people play during the independence? In history, no, they are touted as even cry can in the year, snatch, snatch Dr. Kwame Nkrumah Amrofono. Nti omo na mmorofo ni yusu omo ama ne Ghana asaya besine ana na ado aba okoso otoa so asay Ghana no adan na president utimi betena ho eka asem we abra yenim se na pokura kan se obepa acha oba yenim se letter no nkofo mi na church no still no he believe in it, he has changed history obeke kan asem we me no ka say omo da so te dem a omo no nsaka ho asem e de ye. So we need to understand that this MPP government led by Nana Addo. Unze kase MPP government led by Nana Addo. Ye hu de kofo beye. Ye nyina ye hu de kofo beye. Be ne Nana Addo. Mo hwe de obeye.
But some na pose kofo kro abon.
Waka ni nyina. Wonim se ne wo fa no no. Obeki kan sem na hu se obi a sebi me de ba put de na asem kra da na me pese me kan. Witimi be gina o kan sem ma even pona ne refi ne hu se ne wo fa ye kofo. Kofo nso be di MPP suit from 2000 to 2008. Ayi nyina anim say na MPP we na say portal cross MPP government no ntimi nyere emfa nkototo no. So we saw what they did, and now the MPP led by Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, what they are doing. Omo ye bibia say omo be pepa Kwame Nkrumah din e free history books no. Na you say you kind of saying what the share former seed share former eden ya tugu be germinate Kwame Nkrumah asem ne de ye ntimi ye Ghana fo enum bi no ebi a ye ma na omo ba no na history na omo say na ye be taking on us see a bit educate omo about what Kwame Nkrumah did. Ye Ghana fo kra ya nka hwe okwa other African countries said the omo value Dr. Kwame Nkrumah because enyina Dr. Kwame Nkrumah de oyeye ono no the only person Haile Selassie sorry chia no abra umkosi AU was it OAU said you know Okosi headquarters to Addis Ababa. So he was someone who was visionary. You can't visionary now, it's linked to President John Dramani Mahama. Bene Kufo friend is Nana Addo beka asem kwa na odi responder, a leader, a true leader, a true patriot like John Dramani Mahama, President John Dramani Mahama beka o ka say Mamu nya saa de no kra sa mo de ne betutu obi kra na momfa ntoto no because me na nsen ya makọ momfa me ntoto mo na Kwame Nkrumah de na waye mo nti papa yi motwa no ho ntro edi na bra ma waye ama motu na de so mo papa no motu na de so ama wo de awerho saa akọ a mo ma ne nda ene de na asi eye den ene na poka president so akọtena ho wasesa ne ma bebre but ye Ghana for wase ye hwe yembu se ho se Nana Addo even for me MPP for na Kingsley on say MPP for na ya na imprepi no omo no nso no medwuna omo ho a menti ase o amunim say MPP but Nana Addo no is on a mission achimfo even na ya achimfo ni nyina akora efie kakra na ofiri mu no eno na omo ye bibia ama na ka omo ho nti MPP for na mo ho no mesra mu munhwe ne ye na de Nana Addo ye na nye MPP for interest na busua kakra na ya den all fight am omo na ka I was saying August 8th, Founders Day. Debbie. We a kobe bia or more independence. Yembo nipa bebree di nipa ba akope Kingsley. Baby a okwa nipa ba akope din ne yebo say nipa na agi independent na den and na do aba oba be isa de na free. So this Nanado government any sa ne Bawumia ne na pomu no enkomo omo tete dem omo di enkomo omo di dia no nti se yesa to aba bie mo omo a omo de omo de beba Ghana no mbe say bibia de omo din wo de hwe schools and NDC fo be see nyina na omo asesa de ne de omo papa no ne omo ofade mu na ayede atoto to so Nkrumah ne ma nyina omo mpese ye beka omo pese omo kan nyina so Kingsley this man there I believe that he was just in there to fight for his family and he's on an agenda so ensure that you the papa bia na papa we obeti ayama Ghana
Mate Bidia. All right, so apart from sa issue, you know, this hey, I'm for when Addo spoke about, if Addo didn't speak about the what we call AGYAPA, if Addo didn't speak about it, maybe some of us would have thought that it is fake. But when Addo spoke about it, that was when I knew that there was substance to it. I was looking for the video. Unfortunately, I misplaced it. Maybe I'll find it and play. When Addo mentioned the word, he said, he didn't say AGYAPA. He didn't say AGYAPADEƐ. He said AGYAPADEƐ. AGYAPADEƐ, as in a good father's thing. He didn't say AGYAPADEƐ as in property. For those of you who heard Addo speak, listen to it very carefully. He did not say AGYAPADEƐ as in property. AGYAPADEƐ. And some members of the NDC spoke about it, and some members of the NPP also spoke about it. This is what Atta Kennedy had to say.
Actually, it makes me feel that the MPP, like all of us Ghanaians, should be standing up and defending the country. And not only that, I think the president says, me and my party. It's not he and his party. It is he and his family and his ethnic group. The main group that seeks to benefit from this is not the MPP. It is, what do they call it, his family and the Achims. So they all have a duty to help us, you know, clear their names. And I noticed that some of the commentators were saying that, oh, the president could go to court to vindicate his name. And I actually think there is a good point to that because the president controls a lot of the communication apparatus in the country. So I am shocked that this document has floated around for over a year and he has now deigned to address it. But having said that,
now, this document has been around for a very long time, actually. It's been more than a year. And when the president spoke about it, then you realize, like John Mahama said, that if the AGYAPA document is not by the MPP, then whoever wrote it is a very good prophet. And let me play these two voices by GMN and this thing.
I'm sending you the video.
Of the National Democratic Congress, John Dramani Mahama has raised concerns about the integrity of President Akufo-Addo's administration in light of the controversial AGYAPADEÄ documents. Speaking at the palace of the Bokonaba in the Upper East region, John Mahama said that although Akufo-Addo might dismiss the documents as fabricated, its implementation by the government is evident. The Forum report has more details.
The AGYAPADEƐ document accuses President Akufo-Addo and his associates of devising a strategic plan to annex state assets for personal gain. This 38-page document, which lacks a specified author, features the Ochehene Osajifo Amwetia of Repinning on the cover, with President Nana Akufo-Addo and his late father on the following page. The document has ignited significant controversy and debate among Ghanaians, particularly between the NDC and the NPP. President Akufo-Addo has responded to the allegations, claiming the document was fabricated and distributed by his political opponents to tarnish his reputation. However, John Dramani Mahama remains unconvinced by the president's defense. Mahama highlighted that the actions described in the document have been visibly executed by the current administration, raising doubts about the president's denial. He questioned how a supposedly fabricated document could so accurately reflect the government's actions.
Everything that is written in that document has been implemented. So if really somebody sat and fabricated that document, then the person can really read the minds of people. Because how they could have written that document and read the minds of Nana Akufo-Addo and his family, that this is what we're going to do, that person is a proper creative writer. Because everything in that document has been implemented. And so the implementation cannot be fabricated. So they must be held accountable.
Bokunaba Zogran Asigiri Abugrago Azoka II, president of the Kusao traditional area, expressed confidence that the people of Kusao.
I'll come back to this guy's thing, but I'm going to play this video here. Watch carefully, listen carefully to the pronunciation of Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo.
In the run-up to the 2008, 2012, and 2016 presidential elections, I was the target of numerous false and malicious stories aimed at attacking my credibility and integrity. In 2008, baseless allegations of drug trafficking were spread, along with numerous rumors about my health, intended to cast doubt on my ability to serve as president. President Kufuor was also accused in 2008 of having sold all of Ghana's gold reserves. Again, the 2012 election saw false reports of my alleged arrest in London for drug possession and fabricated quotes designed to stir ethnic tensions. In 2016, it was alleged by sympathizers of the opposition that I had killed my late wife. Today, with a few months to the December 2024 elections, they are at it again. A fabricated document entitled AGYAPADEƐ is being peddled around by operatives of the opposition as evidence of a grand scheme by my party to annex the assets of the state. These experiences underscore the importance of discerning truth from falsehood and the need for all of us to remain vigilant against the dangers of misinformation and disinformation.
You listen to it. AGYAPADEƐ. And by the way, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, unfortunately, there are stories like the drug trafficking, the use of drug and all of that. That was contained in the American cable. So it wasn't the NDC. The issue of you killing your wife, again, it wasn't NDC. It was published cleanly. The only thing that you did was to say that I did not kill my wife. You had a right to have sued the newspaper who published the story as to whether the publication is true or not. This publication, I will look for it whilst when my brother is speaking and see if I can put it on here. It gave vivid details of what happened, and you have a right to sue them. And you don't have to. You see, when you go back and you are picking some of these little things about fabrications, come on. Do we want to list the things that John Mahama just said that you claimed that he used $10 million to print diary? Did you not say so? You did. And did anybody catch you to it? Did you not lie? You lied. And then so politics people will make statements, but you cannot use that to justify Japan. And again, I will show the documents in a minute. But let me play this one, and then I will come to you.
How could we have predicted that data bank in 2022 will become the international financial advisor to all bonds that were issued in this country. How could we have predicted? But in this document, it told us that one of the grand schemes by this particular Addo Bawumia family will be to skew and ensure that Data Bank becomes a transactional advisor to the government of Ghana.
Well, he says it should be dismissed. It's just a conspiracy document.
How could we have predicted?
You have 3 minutes on this.
How could we have predicted that enterprise group that belongs to Kenofurata will finally become the state insurer of all state assets in this country?
What do you mean by state insurer?
All state assets are being insured by enterprise group. An enterprise group belongs to Mr. Kenofurata. All, including state vehicles, are being insured by them. How could we have predicted? You see, what baffles my heart is that in this grand scheme of AGYAPADEƐ document, it speaks about how they were going to appoint their cronies, family and friends into office. Fast forward, even the latest is how President Akufo-Addo gave our ambulance spare part contract to his daughter, Nkrumah, to execute. So among 30 million Ghanaians, you couldn't find anyone to give this contract to other than your daughter. For the first time in the history of this country. And I have a list here, just 2 minutes so that I land on this.
And again, we don't have to go through this completely, but in that AGYAPA document, 4 years before the appointment of Osafuma's first son, it was stated in that document that they have to appoint him, since he was the deputy MD already, as the MD of SNIT. Like, all of these things were stated clearly in this document way before. And by the way, for the avoidance of doubt, this is the document we are talking about. Okay, great. Let me see. Oh boy. I am trying to get. Okay, yeah. Okay. I opened too many pages that now myself I'm struggling. But just a second, and I will put this because we need to. Okay, yeah, here we go. Yeah. All right. So this is the document. I don't know if people can see.
Yeah.
This is a 38-page document. Okay, and it is clearly put up there restricted. Now we saw the statement that
and even Kingsley, before you saw even look at the format of the document. It's a document that has been intercepted. It's not something that is like in a raw PDF or some form of a document, docs or something like that. Just look at the formats.
Right, and that is what I was going to say. That Hobson Addo, also, unfortunately, the platform we are using is not every video you can play. So some of them come fine for you to play, some of them don't. Give detail of how the document was leaked. I mean, look at these are vivid. Vivid. Look, we have we have 2 routes of entry into these institutions. First is through SNIT, which has sits on the board of EcoBank Ghana by virtue of its shareholding. The seat is occupied by the Director General of SNIT. In phase 2 of the agenda, Kofi Bosompem Osafumafo, who is a deputy Director General of SNIT, should be made Director General. This was in this document way before he was made Director General. Like, how can people predict these things to the T? How can they predict this?
You see, Kingsley, when it comes to this AGYAPADEÄ document, it's so amazing. And if you are to talk about this document, it's been around for some years now.
Yes.
And if you can attest to it, we the NDC people, we've not been even talking about the document, right?
Mm-hmm.
And now the way everything has played out, the way MPP has implemented the AGYAPADEÄ document, that's why we are now talking about it.
Right.
It has been around. Some of us we've not been talking about this document, but looking at it keenly and the way it has been implemented successfully, that's why we are talking about it.
Yeah, and so I just remembered something. So let me do this if time will allow us. Okay, here.
Your friend AGYAPADEÄ. So, Mepacho, what they capture the me. Now man for men can asembia infirmity. Sa AGYAPADEɛ. Ya say abusuakuo bi anatro. Kwan omo be fa so a Ghana AGYAPADEɛ nyina eba be di omo ne omo ma ene omo asefo ntem ensam. Enti nipa otro forward anani wasan oforiata ewa ha. Now forward no what they share the first paragraph. First paragraph.
Okay.
Was say to our future, made up of the present and the unborn, for whom this will AGYAPADEɛ of a nation is being prepared. So, was say a dachi, any nasi tra yewum, any yankola ni enana nkanso mo ayenwo omo Womo ana ye sa AGYAPADEɛ o mine AGYAPADEɛ e de ama omo. So what do you to me amase e ma mesum? Obi se sa to me na de man no. What the AGYAPADEɛ Ghana AGYAPADEɛ nyina de ma nasefo. And we are quiet. Now, what say to our foremost king of Oripeni, the progenies spread across this world, for whom and to whom alone this sacred document is prepared. Yes, I did wait in the share of Oripeni and Munyam. Ghana 40. Hey, careful. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Paragraph 5.
Paragraph 5.
Was it currently with Nanado in total control of the whole entity of Ghana? We have a duty to ensure that we take over the commanding height of the essential fabric of the country, in order that even in the event that Nana leaves the scene after the mandatory 8 years, the sons and daughters of Ochimai will be firmly secured and such control, both financially and economically, that we can no longer be ignored in the battle to control the destiny of Ghana. Ghana for Muntio. Memmo example say this is not a fiction.
A planet.
Yeah. You see, this is what I was telling you guys that Rashid, are you here? Now, this is what I was saying that
I'm here.
See, when Addo spoke about this and mentioned the thing, AGYAPADEɛ. That is when everything for me went. Now, when you read the document from that perspective, it makes a lot more sense. Listen, he said to you, for which this document is being prepared, for which this will, it is to the Oripeni to whom this document is being prepared. The father, AGYAPADEɛ. So in this perspective, they are considering themselves the good fathers who are doing all of these things for their children.
Yeah.
And the document is saying that. The document is saying that so that they will never be ignored again. If the good father does all of these things, they will not be ignored again.
Right.
And see, I'm saying, sir, again, you see, Rashid, okay.
Yeah,
Rashid, I'm going to cut that video up a little bit, and then I will just play that part again.
Right.
When Nanaado mentioned that, to me, it became clear. Rashid, go.
Yeah, Kingsley, you know, with the name changed most of the perspective. You know, we thought AGYAPADEɛ like property. But AGYAPADEɛ, the way he pronounced it has changed the dynamics and the perspective a little bit, because AGYAPADEɛ, and looking at the tonation of the document, the way it's being read to you, will to you, our children, our grandchildren, and even they were in some section of it, they were saying to the fathers, I need to go to the document, because they were mothers, the children, some that were some people that came into the family here and there. So what I want to say is that the first video you played, Dr. Arthur Kennedy, is a founding member of MPP. And now the AGYAPADEɛ document, with the MPP, we the NDC people, when it comes to the AGYAPADEƐ document, we the NDC, we've been seeing this document, but we've not been talking about it until what's the name? Hobson Adoye, who we all know was the master key of MPP during the 2016 and 2020 election.
Right.
He's 100% MPP and he knows all the dealings that he did. Ask yourself, why will he be going around the radio station with that document? Because he knows a lot that we, the NDC, we don't know. But now, if you, Akufo-Addo will go on a platform and say, it's opposition and this, come on, Nanado. Don't say that. You are smarter than that. We are not talking about it. Let's say we are not saying that you people wrote it, but how can you supervise the implementation of that document? That's the issue now.
To the T.
Yes. How can you do that? And if
now,
you are
Rashid,
saying,
give me a second. Let's listen again.
Fabricated document entitled AGYAPADEƐ is being peddled around by operatives of the opposition as
AGYAPADEƐ.
Fabricated document entitled AGYAPADEƐ.
So for me, people used to be saying that AGYAPADEƐ, but he was precise. AGYAPADEƐ. It is a will from AGYAPA. Go on.
yeah, they know what they are doing. Looking at the forward, the way the will of a nation is being prepared to, right? They are preparing this. The AGYAPA. We know when it comes to will, fathers normally will their properties to their descendants here and there. Right. So they know, and Nanado knows what he's talking about. You know, he has even directed our perception to some angle, because looking at how you pronounce it and the way this book is being played out, that's the issue. Ghanaians, we need to, just for a second, let's say the book was not documented by supposedly Nanado's family, the Oche family, and the Ache mafias. Why will Nanado and Bawumia is included in the document too, don't forget about it.
Oh, yeah.
Bawumia is a stooge.
Yeah. They said that Ashantis were positioning themselves to take over from the MPP.
As but they have to show the document, show it so that
they have to make sure that they dodge him, and then make sure that they give it to someone who was
from the north, so that they can provide the maturity of the AGYAPADEƐ.
Exactly.
It will be matured enough for them to take over the whole country and will it out to their descendants. Even we saw what Sir John's will came out. Yes. The will of Achimota Forest, which is supposed to be Ghana's property, all of them were willed out. So what are you telling us? And we know that this MPP government, led by Nanado, please, MPP, the MPP people, they should dissociate themselves from this discussion. It's not about the MPP. It's not even about the Achims. It's about a particular family. Nanado's family, which is the Oforiata family. Those are the people that are taking control of everything. And we can see it before our own eyes. Kingsley, we can see it.
Rashid, look at this part. I'll say, it is now obvious that Mr. Nkrumah has an ultimate presidential ambition. We have a fiduciary duty to protect him and to ensure him and to assure him of our support for the future. The support would get him to commit to the media capture agenda. By the way, this is what I'm saying, that this document has been around for long. He said in the next government, which is the current one, 2021 to 2024, Gabi has already convinced the president, Addo Akufo-Addo, to move Kojo upon Nkrumah to the communication ministry. It happened. To continue the clampdown of
the book is just playing out. That's why some of us are talking about this document. It's not about a propaganda for this. What Nanado is saying, you Nanado crown, what can you? So why will you say that we, the opposition party, come on? It's not about the book. It's about how the book has been implemented.
Rashid, again, I'm sorry, but I mean, I would be excited if they say I wrote this book, because then I'm an amazing person. Because this book came way before. This book was, at least the first time that some of us heard about this book was somewhere 2017, 2018. And so, and everything, we saw everything, even the ministers, the appointment, the people. And then before the 2021 to 2024, and everything happening like that.
Yeah.
If NDC wrote it, then NDC is an amazing party and deserves
Yeah.
to be leadership.
Yeah, we have a good prophetic skills because talking about this book and look at it from an angle. You know, Arthur Kennedy, a founding member of the MPP, he said even like a year ago, he was seeing this document but he was not giving it an attention until now. Everything playing out. And what's the name? Hope Sinadoye. He said the book has been around. They have been going for meetings and it's been kept in a safe here and then. Someone took it and captured it and put it back.
Yes.
So yeah, that's how he explained it.
It was a lock and key.
A lock is in a safe. It's in a safe with a lock and combinations.
Mind you, there are people's names that have been mentioned in this document.
Yes.
Huh? Yes. Including Ben South Tambell, including many of these people. Until today, none of them upon Nkrumah, they are all there. None of them have said anything yet.
Kingsley, you see, sometimes we need to pause for a second, right? We need to pause for a second and reflect about what has been in the book and how it's been implemented. When MPP they were in their flag bearership race to elect Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. During that time, we all knew, some of us, we knew that Alan Cash, when Addo is gone, Alan Cash is coming, Ask yourself, why? At what point? Dear necessary, what was the twist turn? Suddenly, Bawumia was pushed and cushioned to the extent that Alan Chamatin, a founding member, a financier to the MPP, exited the party. Come on.
As prophesied by the AGYAPADEÄ book.
Yeah. So, and looking at the document, I want to look at where the Bawumia thing is so that I can read it verbatim. Because, and this book, the way it was handed over to Bawumia, and Bawumia, we all know that Bawumia has been a stooge. He's been controlled because as a chairman of the economic management team, when the economy was in bankrupt, when Oforiatta was the finance minister, Oforiatta, who is the finance minister, was controlling Bawumia. Bawumia, who is supposed to be the vice president and controlling him. At a point in time, Bawumia just exited everything about economics and started his digitization agenda. Because we know that Bawumia is just there, he's being controlled, and they want to put Bawumia in front of the party so that they can keep on controlling him. That's why the book is saying that they need to have someone from the north they can use as a stooge to make sure that to make sure that the maturity of the AGYAPADEÄ document will come to pass when the person is being elected. And we all see Kennedy Japan came out with a lot of things. He said it during the election. Alan Chamatin exited, and Bawumia all of a sudden. Bawumia is now the flag bearer. And you are telling us that this document is something that is written by us. Yes, we have good prophetic skills. And we know that you have plans to rig this election, but we know what to do. So looking at this document carefully and the way things are being played out, that's why some of us are adding to the numerous discussion on this document, because now we know that Sinadoye is spearheading this agenda because he knows it. You know, he's so passionate about it because he has been there. He was part of the meetings going on here and there. And even at a point in time, he said that during the 2020 or 2016, the communication team, they met to discuss about the AGYAPADEÄ document that is been destroying some of the agenda and their strategy of communicating to the populace to vote for them. And Gabi Ochredakuze, forget about it. That's what he was telling them. That's why he's out today. He's telling you guys. So if you believe that this document is something that is written, but no, just look at the document carefully. Look at how it's been played out. Now Bawumia is there. Now we know Safumafu's son is there. And this lady, Antoinette, that lady, she's also on a board, right? And she has been on that Safumafu's son and Antoinette. the husband, I don't know, the husband is also part of that family, right? She's
Right.
there, and we know the family and friends appointment that Nanado has been doing. Now, have you seen the recent signature of Asante Bedietu? Have you seen it? Now his signature is Ambassador Asante Bedietu, Executive President, Secretary to the President. Nipa Bako. Just Ghana for the Asa, Ghana for Asante, also woman Nipa Bako. Ejuma mienu. Ejuma nipa baako kura ntimi yɛ no nipa baako de ejuma mienu ayɛ den ama no. So this book is something that's being played out. And looking at the current journalism and the media people, looking at the space that we are in Ghana, we can all attest to it that all these people have been bought. No, look at Kwame Sefakai. Sheno Chairman General, and Nation Komobia Wudidi. All of them are played out in the book. Yet the book is saying that they have been paid 1 million Ghana cedis every month. Now look at these people, the kind of properties that they are making across the country. So they cannot tell us that this is something, and Addo giving his no, come on. We know this AGYAPADEƐ document is something that has played out. We don't need to talk much. It's been implemented and it's been successfully executed by Bawumia and Addo. So if we are saying it, it's not that even if we wrote it with good prophetic skills. So come to think of it, Kingsley, looking at the way the book has been around for some time. So these MPP people, I don't know if it's greed or they are taking Ghanaians for granted. This has been out, but they still, they went ahead to execute and implemented this.
Yes.
You see, it's something we say like, oh yeah, but even say at the end still and before elections, so still and no appointments. So he is keen to make sure that the AGYAPADEƐ document is fully accomplished. Nanado ni wiasimo ba yin na nation ba ko a oba be ni wiasimo ansa ni wu no na wo ye. Nti onfo obi aho. Adan na election year. We are in an election year. Na year to niemam and then me no sorry unim say cedi dollar to cedi na twam 16 o. E twam 16.
Right.
And then bibia say ye to utilities in gas, petrol ya tum yɛda so dundum kanea ne ade Ghana for election year mu na ewu ene ntimi kura ntɔ aduane ndi ntimi ntɔ aduane ndi report eba kyɛ sɛ mprepi ne Ghana for bebree da abro ɔmo didi ye, which is almost 2 million people ɔmo da a day abro ɔmo didi ye. Aden wɔne bɛn na Ghana for ayɛ ye ka na MPP for no bi a ɔmo no ɔmo nya bibi ndi ɔmo kra kom di ɔmo na ɔmo ba be defend saa ade we wo ba be defend saa ade we hwe contractor Nanado ede ma ne manom hwe contractor kese a Nanado ede ma ne manom ye ma obi nso sorry na obe kan sama kese scholarship buy ya ma obi ɔmo asa acha ma ɔmo abusuafo no na ɔmo yɛ den ɔmo kɔ nti sɛ wo yɛ MPP ne wo sɛ wo da na wo dwene ho sɛ ade we yɛ MPP o Nanado ɛna ede aba a ɔba be sɛ Ghana ne mo MPP ne nyinaa na wo make sure sɛ ne busua yɛ akyemfo na yɛ ofori pani abusua no ɔmo no ebenya Ghana fo AGYAPADEɛ nyinaa na ɛkyene bi no me no yɛ ma no ɔmo ma bɛka kyerɛ sɛ mo papa no ma mbɔ bra mba bɛka kyerɛ sɛ mo papa no ma yɛ den ambɔ bra nti me de Kingsley saa de we yɛ ɛkɔ so no Ghana fo no ɛwɔ sɛ yɛhwɛ deɛ ehia paa yɛ asantefo mo targets book no mo kan ne yɛ a target ni nyinaa yɛ otumfo ɔmo so otumfo yɛ superior asantefo ɔmo nananom ɛkɔ wɔ ne deɛ bɛn kyɛ sɛ ɔmo ni bre asantefo nso de bi asantefo sɔre a na ɔmo to aba ɛma MPP fo ti asantefo mo hwɛ ne yie saa book we no bie mo ni wɔ nneɛma bebree mu MPP ɛnyɛ party ɛwɔ sɛ wɔde wɔn ho dɔn NDC bra NDC is a social party, it's a social party obiara ba obiara nya bibidi ye nipa baako ne fie baako fo mu na didi nti na ye bɔ mpae sɛ mu nyinaa mbɔ ano baako no mato abama the former president John Dramani Mahama no ba sankofo we nyinaa na yabe hold you accountable to bɔne omu di ne nneɛma omu ye ne nyinaa ti asantefo mesrɛ mo mo menhwɛ de ɛkɔ so e book we mu achemfo ene Bawumia na ɔmo de na bɛhyɛ hɔ ɔmo hyɛ da afa obi firi sirem abedi ɔmo anim na ɔmo atima control no sɛ de enim sɛ ɔmo gu so e control Bawumia no. So this AGYAPADEɛ document is not a fiction. It's something that has been successfully played out, executed, and is still ongoing. Kingsley.
It's a pity, and when what kind of book we are, you have to ask yourself several questions, and if you ask yourself several questions, you will come to about the same conclusion and the same answers. It's sad, like Men's Altabel's name is mentioned. When some Kanchan name is in there, Ajinasari Zarisari's name is in
And
there.
we've been seeing Otabo, you know, any Otabo and Nehedi Otabo. We know. Say whom is one the Ecoso. Kingsley, me who portion be a person me kind no Hanum. Or say to achieve, we need to appropriate the fundamental economic and financial levers, which will guarantee such controls in years to come. In doing this, we need to be strategic. We will have to work with other people from some of the diverse ethnic groups, including some carefully selected people in the Ashanti. Untumi, Napo, Tankofono, so almost say carefully selected. You know, normal tono, and normal use no it's Asante for no cry, no more flag bearers for MPP. And I want to be using Napo, and so Eke cancer unfortunate Dr. Kwame Nkrumah and other diverse ethnic groups of the land. This will make them believe that they also have a hand in the pie. It's an agenda.
Read who book no what kind 2.5. Let's hear there.
2.5. Yeah, no book no 2. The Rawlings factor now.
Kind. And again, at the time, the Rollins was alive. So again, that is why I said this book has been around for a very long time. Kind.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So 2.5, the Rawlings factor. Although not a party member, he has become very useful tool in the scheme of our affairs. Nana must be encouraged to maintain his relationship with him and ensure a firm grip of him to avoid any damaging loose talk that may affect our chances. So far, his public comments have been favorable. The NDP, led by Nana Kunedu, must be assisted to undertake its activities and to ensure that they will file and contest the 2020 elections. Wow. It's obvious that whatever voters will be garnered by the NDP will be voters that will be otherwise gone to the NDC. Wow. What a wow, Kingsley.
Well, you see, this and so this document is clearly at least 6-7 years old. So when people say it's not 1 year, it's been around. It was pre-2020 elections, you know, and Rawlings was alive. And they've done this document, and then today, because the thing is now hitting so hard, then you are now trying to say, and you see, he pronouncing it is a game changer. It puts everything into perspective.
Yeah, you see, Kingsley, whenever they are talking about, they should look out for how this book has been played out, executed, implemented successfully, and how it's been prophesied. They know because they are the architect of the book and they are playing it. I said when you will be quiet when you're porno. On say Treasures Kingsley now so when you're porno, so when you're porno, question and mouse over trans.
Yeah.
Question here mouse over trans. Everybody's no
there is this joke in Ghana. Yes, a guy Bina. He on a bed. Said they will ask you, say, what is a bed? And the question the question they brought, no, it was not on a bed. And I'm going to say, what is a tree? And I was a tree is something that a bed perches on. One may ask, what is a bed?
I know. Then
he just went off. So you see, it's just sad. So you can see, even though nobody's asking them about the Japadi and they themselves, they went and brought the Japadi into it. We were pronouncing the thing Japadi. And then you went and give us correct answer. One may ask, what is Japadi? And here we are. It's sad. It's really, really sad. It's really, really sad. Anyway, so I don't know which topic you want to deal with next, but one of the ones one of the ones that is very important to me was the one that Dr. Bawumia went and said, say, SDA College of Education will be made a full-fledged university. Massa. Some things are there. When you say it, it is annoying and it is very, very painful. I'm coming. Let me give you some history, and then I will. Let me put some things in perspective. And education is very dear to my heart, and I've been involved in Ghana education for a very long time. My hands are involved in a lot of the universities running in Ghana currently. So we've done a lot of work. Myself and my boss and myself. We've done a lot of work with accreditations and all of that. We're teaching in universities and all of that for the years. So here we are. Let me see. I wanted to show.
Talking about education, Kingsley, we will be education there. Even the current education minister, no Ghana, won't mean fun on to two baby. And so you're no. And they didn't say we education. So you know a lot about it.
Exactly. Okay, so the College of Education, okay, let me educate Bawumia small. Free education. So when you go to the school's own website, it's actually there. The College of Education has an accreditation which spans from 2013, to 2018, 5 years with accreditation, certification, blah, 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 to here, to run diploma courses. The college, which was previously affiliated to UCC, is now affiliated to UEW for 4-year program, and so on and so forth. Now, if you finish that and then you go to the main school's page, what you will see is the fact that what you will see is this, okay? You see a lot of details on who was appointed where they've gotten to, and every detail is completely here. All they have to do. This is my point, okay? Ghana education, Ghana education. Colleges of education generally get accreditation for 10 years. So the SDA College of Education, when given their first certificate, they have 10 years. Now, that first 10 years, you have to be mentored by one of the universities. And that is why they were saying that they were first under UCC for 5 years, and they've gone under UEW for 5 years. So you be with an established university. The same went on with Central University. Central University is now an autonomous university. Regent University was involved in Regent University, so we saw the accreditation works and all of that throughout when we were there, and then some other universities. Now, before your 10 years, every single year, the courses that you teach, the exams you write, those documentation, you need to continue to make them available to the mentoring university. They have to check and be sure that the questions you are setting are up to par or meet the standard. They have to check that your syllabus that you are providing for your students are up to par, that the courses that you are running in the university are up to par. And so it's a whole process. Then what used to be called NAPTEC, I understand it's called GTEC now, used to be under, is it FA, one FA. And again, that is where I knew this Reverend, is it Reverend Mante? Or that is one of the Reverend, I know his face, I will have to check his name. Yeah, he was one of the guys who was in charge of accreditation when they came to us. We were representing our university, and then we had to talk with them, you know. And so your everything have to be precise before you finish the process of getting autonomy, okay? This is not a political matter. This matter is not politics. This is not something you can stand on a political platform and say, I will give you. This is not something you give. And indeed, Dr. Bawumia, if you are not careful and you make statements like that, Ghana universities will continue to be ranked very, very low. Do you know why? Look, I don't remember. Maybe it may have been some time, but anybody can Google and correct me if I'm wrong. The best universities in Africa. I am sure South Africa universities, out of the top 10, South Africa may have 4 or 5. Because South Africa is one of the countries that adhere to standards to the T. But Ghana universities will be low as best universities because of statements like this. Mensro, I will give you. It's as if it is biscuit you are distributing. And of course, I also read the documentation that came from GTech some time ago, giving all the private investees 30th August, this month that we are in. My understanding is that every investee in Ghana today, private investee, you all have up to the end of this month to get accreditation, or the rest of you will be collapsed. Unless you can prove that there is a clear plan, then the government is saying that they will give you 2 more years. Nanado and the government are in a hurry. So again, there is already a plan to move all the private universities by the end of August to full-fledged universities, so long as you've been around for a long time. And the SDA College of Education is one of those that have been around for a long time. And indeed, some of us believe that they deserve to be full-fledged by now. So Dr. Bawumia wants to use that tool as a political gimmick, as a political tool, to go and say that I will give you full autonomy. Dr. Bawumia, this is not something that you give, yeah? You need to understand some of these things. It's like, you see, it's like law. You don't go and say the school of law, the next year we want 500 lawyers. No, they write exams. So all the universities, all the private universities, they have to write exams. They go through a process, and the process takes time. None of them, nobody have achieved it even in 10 years. All of us have been like 12 years, 11 years, and so on. Central University got theirs about 11, 12 years or so, if my memory serves me right. Regional University, we went through the same thing. It was a long process. But this is not a political thing, and we need to get our mouth from our politics, our education. This thing that we are doing with our education, it doesn't make sense. Anyway, let me allow Rashid.
Yeah,
this matter.
Kingsley, you see, when it comes to some of these things, I've been saying that Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, I don't know what is wrong with him. You see the history that you've provided in the context. We know that every institution has its own standards, and those standards need to be met before you can be given some kind of priority. In this case, maybe the autonomy that they are looking at when it comes to some of these private universities. Yes, we've been seeing most of these private universities being affiliated to some universities. They are affiliated to those universities to make sure that within the time given to them, they will be adhering to some of those standards to make sure that they have successfully applied and be part of the standard. But if someone like Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia is on political platform promising to give autonomy to some of these private universities, come on, Dr. Bawumia. You see, I will say it again. Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia is just someone who is confused, who is a liar, and who is eager to lie to the good people of Ghana to secure power. That's why he's been lying. You know, and you'll be saying this, and what baffles me is you see grown-ups, professors, educated, literate people, they'll be clapping for this man when it comes to some of these comments. Why will you say this? SDA College of Education. Bawumia has no right. He has no, even the president. If they keep on doing it, if there is this kind of political interference, that's why the standards go slow. And if the standards is low, you know what happens. Our education system, everything will spoil. So Bawumia shouldn't be saying some of these things on political platform. So for it to sound like if someone from maybe in the international community, they are saying that, oh, Bawumia, what you are doing, you are bringing our education to a low esteem. So Bawumia, you can do better. But what I can say is this man is just frustrated, confused, and a liar who always lie to the good people of Ghana. He will be there lying to people here, left, right, center, and he knows this man. Do you know who Bawumia is? Bawumia is the vice president of Ghana. When the president is outside, he is the president. If the president travels out, Bawumia is the president. And now Bawumia is campaigning as if he is an opposition leader. Bawumia is the second in command. and he is the chair to the most of the committees, most of the high-ranking committees. He is the head of them. He chairs them. But this man is all over the country, sounding like an opposition leader who is eager for power. Come on, Bawumia can do better. You should stop saying some of these things, because some of us, we know how it is, and they know that they have been deceiving Ghanaians. You know, these MPP people, they have a playbook. They have their own templates that they follow. And the template is all about Ghanaians, taking Ghanaians for granted. They know that Ghanaians are not wise enough, literate enough. So they will be confusing them. They will be confused with some jargon, some terminologies here and there, just to confuse them. If you can't beat them, just confuse them. That's what the MPP is doing to the good people of Ghana. So, Mr. Kingsley,
Thank you.
Let me land. Yeah.
Thank you very much. Before, Chairman, welcome. Before, we have dealt with so many matters. We were dealing with education. I don't know if you join us. And let me read some comments, and then I come to you, and you deal with a lot of the issues for us. Godwin said, they don't even know how things work, and they are just blowing up, giving empty talks, and deluding the masses. Royal said, but what do you expect from Bawumia? Kim said, I swear, boss, educate them well. Ifia said, their cup is always full, but they still have the guts to stand and lie. Amabele said, this tells you that the MPP government is full of evil. AGYAPADEƐ document is a killer document. We should even make songs out of it to Ghanaians and the world. Kamen said, in fact, Ghanaians are not angry enough. How did we get here? If anyone doubts this AGYAPADEƐ book, just take a critical look at the AGYAPA deal. We all need to come together and rescue this nation from shambles this nation wreckers have gotten us into. For some reason, if you say we all need to come together and rescue this nation, if you don't add inshallah, I don't like it. You have to add inshallah, because you see, when I anytime I hear that the voice of Mustafa Ahmed come to my ears, inshallah, we have to rescue this country. Inshallah, we have to rescue this country.
And you see that linkage between the AGYAPADEƐ document and the AGYAPA deal.
Yeah. The people of Ghana are white. Anyway, let me play my favorite NDC song, a very short part of it, and I'll come to you.
Mahama, run up your work money. Mahama, Organama too, Mahani, Sukuwadai, hospitals, Aquapapa, Sagana Beya, Yebediye, Yahumatoye, Oh, 1 million jobs, Mama, oh, Baba, yo. NDC Aladani Zongo, Kamami, Ingelezo, Ghana Bebia, Sotupu, Mahani, Mahina, Anu, translate, Atemuri, Inna, Anu, Nigira. Eba to Abana Mama Hama, Miss Now, the Poto, Miss Now, Mama, Organa Matu, Mahani, Suku Adang, Hospital, Aqua Papa, Sagana Beya, Yebedi, Yahuba.
This song there, wallahi, I like the song. This song is beautiful. Anyway, I found it.
It's sad. It's terribly sad. This country is in serious trouble, ladies and gentlemen. We are in serious trouble. We need to rescue this country, ladies and gentlemen. The presidency has been so depraved. I tell you in all sincerity as a Ghanaian that I feel terribly sad today as a Ghanaian. We need to rescue this country. Wallah, inshallah. Please don't cry. We shall rescue our country.
Wallahi, inshallah, we shall rescue this country. So, before you came, we dealt with the Japan and many other things. And I don't know if you were listening to me. And I told the people that I didn't really take the Japan their documents seriously until Nanabodo spoke about it. And I made the people aware that we were all saying Ejapadie as in property. Before Nanado spoke and mentioned the thing and mentioned it properly, Ejapadie, a good father's thing. Ejapadie. Listen to it. So I played it several times, and so I cut it and I played it to the people as well. Listen.
Fabricated document entitled Ejapadie is being.
And so when he says that, it puts a lot into perspective. And when you read a document that is talking about to you alone, which is Ochihini, and if you read a document that is talking about the will that they were doing for their children, the Ejapadie makes more sense than Ejapadie. And Addo was clear on that. Anyway, I don't know which one we want to.
Ejapadie.
Yes.
And Ejapadie.
Yes.
Okay, Matthias here.
So all along, until Nanado spoke, we were all saying Ejapadie. They were trying to take a property of the nation. They were taking the property of the nation. But when Nanado spoke,
that is deep.
Yes, when Nanado spoke, he said the fake document called Ejapadie, and that is supposed to be the true meaning, which makes a lot of sense. So they were doing this as the good fathers to their.
You know, some kind of inheritance,
right?
And Ejapadie
So one say, you find say, and then me papa. We jam Ejapadie bebree. Actually, be me na me manso kasana me mami be jo almost had and make us a me japa in a demame. I say Meja, your father, he's a good father, and he's giving you all these things for
and I think that they are considering themselves as Ejapanum.
Yeah, because they are inheriting all the to them. Yeah.
They themselves, the Nanados, they all consider themselves as the Ejapa. So they are doing their things that is Ejapanum Adie. And so when Nanados mentioned it, I had completely an aha moment, because until he spoke, we were all thinking, oh, they are talking about properties. But this is completely different. And so, you see, sometimes, like I was telling Rashid, sometimes we don't talk about certain things, it's better. Listen to it again.
Fabricated document entitled Ejapadie is being peddled around by operatives of the opposition.
Nana onti say niaye kawa bontino Ejapadie.
But he knows you guys are wrong, and he knows the real name.
Telling Nkrumah we about.
Anyway, Chairman, go. Some 10-20 minutes before we get out of here. Anything that you want to deal with?
Oh, well, Kingsley and Rashid and Damase, I want to thank you very much for just as I was ready to jump on. I had a, this Ghana, our culture is they can walk into. That's my house. After my house, you can walk in anytime, and there is no way. Sometimes.
So today you are not a Japa to us.
No, I don't even be a Japa. So I'm like, whoa! At this time, 4:00 on the dot. Then I had think on, and I saw my friend and the wife walking. They came around to visit somebody who is under rehabilitation, so they decided to pass by. And my house is open. Anyway, so let's go on. But I'm interested in this AGYAPADEƐ because you see, it's disrespectful to Ghanaians for people to be thinking about creating wealth as a small tribe coming from a certain house, which they call Oforipenyi Fie. So those brothers, cousins, uncles, nephews, and nieces, and they are not thinking about their own land where they need to cultivate to leave AGYAPADEƐ for their children. They've gone beyond that. They've been thinking long ago, years ago, that look, Ghana land, any enyama efifi or Ghana land in Krona, and also mining in no. Eye womu na nano modia no omo beje na omo eyi emu nnuaba na say things that are coming from it, and then AGYAPA as they are no. Now womu appropriate young Ghana for you know say you know but no more the amount mumba and a generation but say me to nipa say mean to I say, and they are doing it with impunity. Unim me ya wumi or achimland, okay, achime kwapem. I want your woman. Many primary school saito medal no many woman ya no be the school. Chebi amount from me area metagro a hono choba bi or junction ho and me ko fie dia empam ho be ma kwan bi o me kodi me to me and continue into Chebi Chebi apepam, yes, okay. Achima safo, that's fine. Any soon the SS don't throw soon and one is our form and maybe drones in the one na as a plan for and one is Chebiwa just like a stone throw. So many women are akos soon Nansinya nanado ba abemuno ena womo afomo asafu bi a omo wo pick up omo emu say asafu so you get guns ena omo create omo one uniform a yellow uniform ena pickups ni cars omo kita no ya marking ho or Chimine lands protection something like that. It's na me fi enkra ekosuhum for holidays talk about tema. Timi do so bebre say hey Nkrumah we minim say omo press say omo pray asase na say efi wo mo hono mo no transam some nyina some land nyina e omo dia. Now you descend towards Accra and some oba of Anko nyina. I said they want to claim it. Me say that of my life. My tenants all my life. We fear wo ho. Many are no more ho. And to me, bedrooms when I say, I don't say, I never know. And I'm sure my ancestors were one year brombekum because I'm not buying another AGYAPADEɛ. They are stretching to the extent say, yenina ye oil, yenina ye minerals, yenina ye friends economy, finance, ye banks, yenina ye DMB. Yen gold ni sanya mani nyina no omo dia on se mo je na wo a wo se wo ben no mo gu ade na mo kwa to the extent that almost so any Asante Forum. Meanwhile, no, only Asante Forum na mwa aye MPP, UP ni adia na munyi na mwa ese ku a mudi MPP aye political party. Ena mo gro sisi ya no aye se Asante Forum no mo MPP mo no omo de omo nka ho. Me ni aye gbani. Me na wo mpema se no na mpese me dia nyam problem. But omo found the MPP abedu pempensu bi sa omo krom nka ho suro omo. Wo kan book na. Enti omo no mpese womo ebenya leadership ewo MPP no munti sisi ya no se mo pe obi a ofi another land, another area, another tribe. Na mode mutama so se moko, na mode oman any MPP no e show mo nsa. Nti mo hwe mo na moko fa Bawumia. And you are doing everything. Say Bawumia embenye the president. Na mo tumi enya control e won so and the Ghana so. Because Bawumia no muna mo no ba because no onye mo ba. Yen ba, Bawumia yen ba, ni papa yen in the NDC. Nti yanga through do for ene ni papa ene ya de boa no. Ba makofa no ena mo asai no sisi ano una nado ene wo Bawumia nyina no Ghana no yenim se mu rane anase mu manage anase mu implement bi ana. We don't know. Bawumia jina aban mu as a deputy to Nanado. Ena ojina ho as a vice president Addo. Ena wa san to me eden nankro ekosi baabi na waka say ono ba say oba abenmu a ansa na we siesie economy no because we nya experience as a vice president. Na se sia de bosume na aka no de onya hwe economy no. Economy na on handle ne ho economy na handle ne ho. I say a crow na canoe be area to poso. Retunes you so. Yen ni pad obi a pad canoe. To me, a stable and you know, say a sink here and find home. But once una wo ye captain of saboat no, and na canoe no. And I catch so or chinas and another esia and I year and send them a best stabilize canoe. And a storm. And you feel more on your way. I don't know. BBC, look, Yamin Pengu, if a certain pandemic should hit us today, you need solution here. Because nothing is being put aside as a fund. Nothing. They haven't put up the hospitals. Sabi, Yamin Pengu, say Ebola signal is here. Hospitals, near Mahama. Any Prof. Mills, Omu ye esi ho, Dudwana Mahama be ye for 4 years per Onyaya as a president. And when they handle Omu, into Yamin Pengu se na boni amba Ghana, boni fufuro bi sisia na hiya se ayaresabia. Look, yen sing the ohono. Nsumo promising and say mbe 89. And I want say ede say 111 say 88 me mintiase agenda 111. But me hu hospital bia e wo suhu me hu additional hospital bia e wo Asamankese me hu additional hospital bia e wo Nankese Akwadum anase Jumapo anase Kuano me hu Akorabo ebi ni ho enti nyame nsemu ne wo na ye bompa ye se nyame ankasa ebe hu Ghanafo mobo na wetumi ade yem bone acheyen se bone bi ne aya e na otwe aso a yesere no because sometimes nyame tumi mania yepe eye ho nti nyankopon ema mo Samuel as a judge na mo mpe no ana na mo amose ya yepe judge ana obi a de mamo se mo na mo asere ye ne nya Mahama yese ye mpe no ene egu ne ho fin ena Ghanafo nyina e kan sema enye edito no so ene si o na Addo ne yepe otebrofo oka grammar ono na so ye president ono na so ye egu obi mu fi se o de sika yen sika akoto hotels ene hotels no ye hu ye oni ni nuanu ene rani aban no nso mimi hu Mahama ne bia apart from ne niece was ne sister Joyce. A businessman Ibrahim. No, onye politician. Ono ye ne juma. In fact, ansa ne bra bebe juma. No ye ne juma da onye ne sika. Onye politics for anything. The volunteer work, the workers crown or the bois. And also ye who they say, hey, the juma ye na ope asase dia ye juma no. You say, hey, ni brother and area asase no shenensa. So process no worry. A license upon licenses upon qualifications upon qualification. That group and you good who finish. Oh, ni brother and the shenensa. Oh, here ni brother for those things. Yamobo Yankupon Yamobo na Ghana for Umaye Yina Yamaye ni bro. Umaye Yina bro, many Kingsley Hana Yawono, Yani Yamane Waha. By Yen Yan Webusia Honsu Yen Fee, it in Yen a pe. Entimun Wayen, Nayam Wayan, Nayan to me and rescue man and savage. A bad ding, mum, because almost good as senior brain. But all of us together to come to understanding. And younger you say a Santi 4. Now you the MPP no akoshe na Addo ne nua no nsa no. Muma ye hu se embre asu se ye pani ye ma ye busuafo no yan kasa e wo Ghana dia. Ehu hia se ye kasa MPP eye kotokofo dia. Yes. Ye ni mo mpre ho. Ba se obi a mo aboa no na waba abem na ne hihye ni se mo Asante for ene de menyam me mamu enya part of the MPP area besi ho no. Na say yensu ntimi hu nyansa ya ndwen hu ya, we are all going down the hill. Ndc there you be winning. We are winning this election. Yankupon ewo ho inshallah. You be winning. Na uma nyina ya ndwen. You winning like you know with NDC no. We bring everybody together. We are not discriminating. Muhammad, he never discriminated. When it came to business and who is entitled to own business or be part of the economic activities of Ghana, NDC wasn't discriminated. You have seen Muhammad before. A year before, Ankabra Champon, the hotel no and the hotels no Jimmy. Nya as a Ghana for a near party. And you say, oh, hotel we young person mo no say AGYAPADEɛ na mo jafan. And ye srem say, embra emma ho kwan sa. And on also etiase na we jemu. Ni investment no. Kwawu ye won sase bebre ho. Nkrumah ye won sase o bebi obetumi e de ni investment anani sika akoshe. Enya hotel.
No see mami.
Enti we want to plead with everybody. Let's not listen to Addo and Bawumia, who is bringing Bawumia as a poodle, as a lame duck, to sit on Addo's lap for him to be remotely manipulated to continue the state capturing of resources to benefit themselves and their generation, their children, and their next generation. Thank you.
Thank you very, very, very much. And SDS also here. But I think and then you can say a man for more amuguso amuhano. Wait to me send your numbers to us inbox or post it under the comment section. We will pick your number, Momo number, and send the Momo support. If you are Royal Carmen, Godwin, Abena Dennis, Amable, and Dede. I was going to, we were going to end it at 5, but we added 2 more people. So that is 7 people. But again, it is our journey. We are grateful for the time that you are making, and it is our journey hope that we will be able to do more as the election get closer. And again, all of you, encourage people to join us. As the elections get closer, our hope is that we will be able to increase these figures to be able to support small. We will grow together. Thank you guys very, very much. Let me again take a little bit of this. Let me play the one video that I said that we will always play before the end of the show.
I have done my best and done so with the best of intentions for my God and my country. I'll allow history to be the judge of how I have served my nation.
One day on television, I will kneel down and say, Mahama, I am sorry. And someone may kafa no say an angel.
Say one day,
Mahama was an angel.
Mahama Kafra. Maybe this in you, but I stand for the truth. Mahama, sorry.
Oh, I'll take this opportunity to apologize to the former president. I mean, His Excellency John Mahama.
And yesterday, I was bold to apologize to President Mahama because he's a fine gentleman.
Corruption, the number of times 10. Mahama, this year they are fact Ghana for the fact and the fact me.
My 5 years to up at your mama chopper, but no physical. Maybe we have one job. My body baby. No, my body baby.
Missing someone make a kafa Mahama who pa that time you piece of Mahama you from for what you say. Na Mahama angel.
JM said, Nkrumah fought for our independence. Nobody can change it. Whoop-o. It is too late. Let me read some few comments and let's get out of here. And I'm a Canada. Royal said, Chamanarija, thank you very much. Abena said, change is coming. Abena again said, if you win, ask again. Is MPP says MPP has nothing good for us. If you said, you have been in power for some time now, and you were not able to stabilize the city and the economy. You are now coming to throw dust into the eyes of the people. Hey, Bawumia said that it took him 7 years to study the economy. Ghana economy is not easy. He said, we shall stabilize the economy and make the economy better. I can do so because I have studied the Ghana. Hey, Jesus Christ, hey, God should save us. Hey, inshallah, God should save us. I feel bad for this country. I've studied the Ghanaian economy for more than 7 years now. Dr. Bawumia said, and you see, he didn't say that he has finished studying, He said he is studying, and he has studied it for 7 years. Who said he has finished? For all you know, he has not even finished. And so this man is asking you, then you should vote for him. The person who is, look, JM knows what the, look, JM is aware what the Ghana economy is about already. JM is aware. JM knows already. He doesn't need to study. And he told them, did JM not tell them? JM said, don't say things you have not seen presidency before. Don't say it. And they refused to listen. And here we are. And now Bawumia is telling us that he has studied and he will study. And he best sorry so.
But I see Munko vote NDC. Bawumia when your platform a quiet one man munye a comma the youth a comma the kofo the can't also person Mahama a debate. Wow, Mahama, we are so important.
Simope umuhia 85%, also umuhia 90%. Enyuma ben na maye ediama Ashanti region. Ewo second term and I say mu 8-year term no. Our man for nyina so mfanto abamam.
Onto adwuma de ayebi. Nipa nso de be onto nyani na.
Obobi kire.
Oh, adwuma de o ka se be kire say any topic no ma ka me kire o. What I say? Ka o ka kire say me bre adwuma na say me call CTV mini mo one zongo I Google me kire o Aurora.
Menka se boni amani nyina wo de about at least 1 2 3. Adwuma ben na maye e wa Ashanti region as MPP 8 years. Eninti Ashanti region hweso nto aba emamo 90%, 85%.
Adwuma de nam chese adwuma ya ye no. Minni bia wa metumi de achiro but ya ye adwuma.
Ebini say.
Ya say uko swamia. Who say ya rules, ya overpass.
Swami overpass.
Ya gusu ya adwuma. Adwuma be hospitals.
The man said he would have brought it. He didn't bring it. And the work that they have done plenty. Look, hey, even a woman who have cooked for the children, cry, she knows that I've cooked more in the house cooking, cry, What bampe now won him to our bampe, what was won him. I don't want to be that you can't say. Government project. The deputy vice chair of Ashanti region or whatever it is. You say you have you say me Google.
Kingsley.
Chairman.
Pacho Mr. Mami, the 3 tips you found me. Me and Zanina.
Chama Mate, we the best and no. And I mentioned Munina. Abra said he can't mention anything. Useless government. Oh, yes, sir. Thank you, Chairman. All right, so that's so. That's enough. You will be back here, but let's stop the propaganda, Dr. Bawumia. Stop the propaganda, because you see, it's becoming embarrassing, especially our education. Stop playing with our education. Our education is not something to play with. Stop playing with it. I wish you guys well. Spend the week being happy, be hopeful. Wake up every morning, take a look at your voter's ID card and get excited because GM is coming. The hope of Ghana is coming. Is GM the best person for Ghana forever? No. Is GM the best person for Ghana from 2025 and beyond for 4 years? Yes, he is. It is ignorance for anybody who is asking you for 4 years to be telling you that 4 years is not enough. Bawumia is telling you that GM, he is only coming to do 4 years, so don't vote for him. But he there is coming to do 8 years, so vote for him. Who vote for anybody for 8 years in Ghana? Common sense will tell you it is not possible. In other words, the person is telling you that 4 years, I can't do anything. 4 years mean to me foco. And you know, Mahama 4 years there, I want to mean because meaning to me ignorance. John Mahama took 4 years to do miracles. We've seen it. We've seen many projects JM did. Anyway, I wish you guys very well. I'm grateful that you guys continue to spend time with us. My name is Kingsley, Komenda Sugar Factory, and hopefully we'll continue to meet. Join us here again Sunday.